Mcnett Tactical Camo Form. This is really interesting stuff, right? You can see we put it on Wyatt's rifle. We had it on there for about 4 or 5 months when the snow started falling. You can see the picture of it. But this is interesting stuff. When I was still operating, we used to use ACE tape, right? Medical tape. And the potential problems with that, of course, it was sticky. And when you would go around the barrels, because you don't want to tape your barrel to the stock because your barrel's not free-floated anymore. We'd be off like 1.5 minutes at 100 yards, which is a big deal. But this stuff is really interesting. So if you look at Wyatt's little rifle here, I mean, he's got a Smith & Wesson M&P 1522 right there. But this just comes in a tape. You can pull it back off, you can wash it, and then you can put it right back on. But you can just roll this. And remember that if you're going to camouflage the gun, right, you can make the whole thing white, but that's really not the idea. If you look at Wyatt's little AR there, you know, you can just make it break out. And that's because the idea is if you get to a spot where you can see where it's snow and then it's brown, is you want to match that. So you can just roll the rifle in a couple spots. You can attach the scope, bring the scope into it. Of course, you don't want to cover up anything that's operational that you want to use.
Like the red dot?
Right, like the red dot, but you can still see through that red dot. You don't want to cover up the port, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to cover up the magazine well, but you can roll it way back here, past those parts, and then begin wrapping it again. So get it down below the bolt. Now you can cut it too, but I don't want to cut this piece. Actually, I'm going to be able to wrap it, but I just wanted to show you really quick how it could work.
It can work, Daddy.
Well, I know, son.
Yeah, because you want to, remember where the casings eject.
Exactly. And the port, you want to leave the port closed?
Yeah, no.
Right, you want to leave it open.
Yeah.
So see, it just kind of attaches itself to it. So there you got a whole bunch, there's about 4 yards on there. But feasibly, you could cut it off. You could wrap the scope in a piece or a magazine like we did with this magazine here. That's where we cut a piece off. But I want to keep this one whole for a bigger gun. But you can see how it just breaks the gun up by quickly putting it on there in 2 minutes. Really interesting stuff. I really like it. I like it a whole lot better than the way we used to do it with medical tape, which was a mess. And like I said, you know, if you wrap the barrel and the stock together, you'd knock off the accuracy of your rifle. So Mcnett Tactical Camo Form comes in brown, snow, lots of stuff. Good stuff. Take care.